Alright guys, I stumbled upon this video and it really caught my interest. It's essentially a young lady that got in an altercation with a young man. This is about a Tesla. So we're going to observe the video and I want you guys' honest reactions and I'll give mine right now. Let's go.
Parking Wars Part 3. So what you see here going on is me and a gentleman tussling over a charger that's plugged into my car. What happened was I had been sitting waiting for about an hour and there's a few other cars waiting as well. Swooped up into a parking spot and decided to plug up his car. But I had been waiting and I was going to, but he did it so fast. So I went and I unplugged his car and I plugged up mine. So he walked over to my door and said, "Did you unplug my car?" And I said, "Yes." And
wait, so you're saying that this guy managed to drive up, park his car, walk out his car, plug in the charger, and walk back into his car, and you were sitting there waiting for an hour? Let's run that back real quick.
Swooped up into a parking spot and decided to plug up his car. But I had been waiting and I was going to, but he did it so fast. So I went and I unplugged his car and I plugged up mine. So he walked over to my door and said, "Did you unplug my car?" And I said, "Yes." And normally I never touch anyone's car.
So already this story is gone haywire. This is garbage. How fast could somebody have souped up, parked in the spot, walked out the car, plugged it in, and walked back in the car? How long could that all have happened while other people were waiting and you were just waiting for about an hour and you didn't realize that, and then you, without saying anything to the gentleman, just walked to his car and plugged it out? In my opinion, you're already wrong. But as usual, I think she thinks we're idiots, but let's hear what she says. Let's continue. But she's in the wrong already.
It was plugged up. Hence is why I had been waiting there so long. I just think it's disrespectful. So he walks into the car, he asks me, I say yes, and he goes, "Why?"
How is it disrespectful? How is he supposed to read your mind and know that you're there waiting to plug up your car? How is that disrespectful? This already makes no sense. How is that disrespectful? And then you went to his car and just unplugged it without saying anything to him, and he's not supposed to react?
I had been sitting here, a while. He goes, "Prove it." And I said, "No, I'm letting you know I've been here." And that he didn't like that. And then he's got kind of like macho and talking mess or whatever. So I roll up the window.
He got macho and talking mess. So he got macho and was talking mess. And he asked you to prove it, which I think is the right thing to do. And you said, "No, trust me, bro. Trust me, bro. I was here." Yo, this is crazy. This is absolutely insane. All right, let's continue. I mean, why did you expect him to do? You unplug this car? Of course he's gonna go unplug it. And now you're in a physical altercation. Well, it's an altercation.
Damn, I grown regardless. And do I think I would have whipped this man's ass? Absolutely not. But it wouldn't have been no easy. It wouldn't have been no easy one. It wouldn't have been easy for him. And when I was looking this man in his eyes, he looks like a demon. At first I was calling him an imbecile because he was insulting me, calling me black bitches. And keep in mind, he's next to a YT. She has nothing to do with it, but you could tell this lady was scared, like he might be whooping her ass.
The lady was scared. So you took the charger out this man's car. You then began to grab the charger and say you're not going to give it to him. You didn't prove anything to this man. He doesn't know you. And his white girlfriend looks scared because now he's in a physical altercation with you, and your assumption is that he's committing DV towards her or some form of ABUSE. It's amazing how people jump to conclusions. This is so interesting. And you called him an imbecile and you saw a demon in his eyes. What do you think he saw in your eyes? What do you think he thinks about you? What is he supposed to think about you? You don't think he may think you're a demon too? At least she was humble enough to say that she wasn't going to whip his ass. Because, men are on a normal basis going to have the strength advantage. I'm so confused, but let's continue.
But he definitely strikes me as that type of man. And she didn't say nothing. And I said it, you probably whoop her. So, long story.
Oh, so because she didn't say nothing, he probably beats her up. So because you take the man's charger, and he's trying to take it back, and he's doing it somewhat aggressively, he probably beats her up. Granted, this man hasn't touched her physically yet. He's holding on to the charger. He hasn't touched her yet, but yet still she's making the assumption that he's beating up his girlfriend.
Very short. Did I give in? No. I kept the charger because you're not going to punk me out of a charger. Absolutely not. And yeah, Tesla charging parking wars.
So effectively, her ending words were, he's not going to punk me out of the charger. So he gave up. After trying to wrestle the charger from you, he gave up. So you're basically saying that this man probably abuses his wife. You're saying he's not going to punk you out the charger. And I guess you stood your ground. I think this woman is the reason why some black men don't marry black women. In my humble opinion, this woman is the reason for that. You punked him. You basically bullied him. You saw the man with the charger. He said to prove that you were here, you did not. And you just took the charger. And he's just supposed to take it because he's a man. So a man is just supposed to be bullied by you because he's a man. That's essentially what she's saying. He's just supposed to take it because he's a man. So I guess if it was a woman and she decided to fuck you up, it would have been all justified. And by the way, if it was a man, I guarantee you that this would have become a fist fight already. I guarantee you that the reason this man did not strike you is because you're a woman and he didn't want to do that. And the reason that he gave up and let you take advantage of him is because he's a man. But your instant assumptions are, he's not a real man. He beats his wife. He's a terrible person. He's a demon. He's an imbecile. And you even said it towards him. And the fact that he even responds evil. Let me tell you something, guys. From a young age, men are conditioned not to hit women. Every single man. It's talked about everywhere, in agriculture. If it even happens, it's very rare. Less than 1% of people even do DV, abuse, violence, whatever. Her premise is just so flawed. And the sad thing is that when you look into the comment section, which I'm going to do shortly, you're going to see that every single person is on her side. All the women and the men are on her side. I'm thinking to myself, so a woman can just take advantage of you and get away with it? And that's just the society we live in. She can take advantage of you physically, emotionally, mentally, verbally, and because she's a woman, she'll get away with it. I think at this point we got to invent a new term called masculinism. The social, political, media, judicial rights for men need to be advocated for. In what world is this okay? So the man should have let you punk him and you took advantage of it. Well, he did let you punk him and took advantage of him, and he should have just took it because he's a man. And you know, I've heard of the term internalized misogyny. There is a tremendous amount of internalized misandry. Men hate men, women hate men, and the fact that the man can't stand up for himself is just crazy to me. In my opinion though, I think what I would have done, I'd have simply held on to the charger, not let her take it, and begin to call the police. I'm not gonna get into a wrestling match because she's gonna stand there outside with me by the charger, and I'm gonna call the police. But he reacted the way he reacted. I don't agree with how he reacted either, but the gall, audacity, and the lack of decorum to do what she did is just. And how could he have done all that before you got to the charger? Do you think we're stupid? Does she think we're idiots? She thinks we're stupid. Anyways, guys, let's get to the comments. I want to show you guys this. All right, guys, I wanted to show you guys the comments on this video because I thought it was very disturbing. Look at what this young lady says. Usual suspects. Somebody was actually thinking like how I was thinking. Anybody supporting her is crazy. She literally admits to unplugging his car. That's exactly my point. She's wrong. And you know what I was thinking too, guys? If there are so many other people waiting too, how come she's the only one that went to go basically confront him and start an altercation? I swear, these women think we're idiots. He wrong for fighting a woman. He didn't fight her. But in what world is it okay to unplug the car? You weren't paying attention and you got it first, period. At least she said that. You know, I guess as men we're expected to have more control, and women wonder why men don't have emotions. Or or expected to be emotionless. I don't ever think you expect us to be humans. How could you unplug someone's car like that and not expect them to have a reaction? Not saying he had the right reaction. I'd have just called the police because I'm not getting into no altercation whatsoever with anybody. But come on, at least she's reasonable. He's wrong. That's why y'all need to carry a gun. A gun? Are you serious? Especially black men? Damaged, hurt, evil women. He would not have challenged a man. If it was a man, this would have been a fist fight. Oh, so everybody ignoring the fact she was waiting first? Bruh, are you serious? Are you dumb? Men are unhinged? These men gay AF because so if he doesn't allow you to bully him, he's gay. Okay. I've noticed when men who are angry and loud toward women are timid and fearful toward men. Shut your stupid ass up. Women, keep it going on you. Men saying that. Here's a realistic reaction. Y'all siding with her and she's wrong as two left shoes. This woman said word for word what I was thinking. How could he do all that? How could he do all that? And it's when he went back into his car, you decided to unplug his car. Seriously? Seriously? Oh my God. At least, so he shouldn't have acted that way, but how should she have acted? As usual, the woman's behavior is never called into question. But at least she did. Wouldn't have did to a white girl. White ain't got nothing to do with it. I'm racist. Oh, so rather she was wrong or right, no man should behave like that. He's way too aggressive. So she can be aggressive and masculine. So there's a real trope, and I think black women especially can be as aggressive and as masculine as they want. And as soon as a black man responds and treats them in a masculine way, the man is wrong. I mean, why act like a man if you don't want to be treated like a man? Why do you want selective equality? That's what they want these days. Feminism wants selective equality. I agree. She literally was the weird one in this situation. How could she not be? She's a dumbass. And if she was what? This girl hit it straight on, or guy hit it straight on the head. How? How is that? How is he wrong? Then this idiot is talking about she stated that the charger was in his car and she took it out and put it in hers. That's just a jackass. He definitely abuses women because he doesn't want you to bully him. So this lady now is saying his family would have had a reason to dress up. So she would have unalived him for... Yo, this is so great. And yo, if a man spoke like that, bruh, and you're telling me that society nowadays is not brainwashed to hate men and to put down men? That's why I have feminized boys these days. So he's not a man, he's a real man. What's a real woman? What's a real woman? He said, proved it, you should have proved it. If he was anything other than a black man, he would have not unplugged his car. If you're anything other than a black woman, he would have handled this situation different also. Bottom line, okay, well, that's him. What's wrong with him? Anyways, y'all, let me know what you think about the video. Please give me your opinion. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, hype this video if you can. Let's get the community monetized and get to 1,000 subscribers. Let's do it.